All right, Stephen Miller, Tommy Lahren, thank you both for being with us on Friday. Dr. Phil McGraw, he visited the southern border in Texas, meeting with Border Patrol officials to witness the ongoing crisis firsthand. He rightly criticized the administration for their failures, calling it, quote, a humanitarian crisis unlike anything we have ever seen before. Here with more on his experience visiting the border in Texas, author of the book We've Got Issues, a good friend, the host of the Dr. Phil Primetime Show, Dr. Phil McGraw. You know, I've always loved your style, which is just hard-hitting, penetrating, straight truth, take it or leave it. I'm not worried about your feelings. I'm not sure in this woke world if that's quite as acceptable. I give you credit, though. Well, you went down and you looked at the border yourself. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris can't really say that they did what you did.
Well, Sean, thank you. I did go down because, first off, I'm pro-immigration. You need to understand, I think we need immigration in America. We need it for a lot of different reasons, but not the way it's being practiced right now.
No, you're pro-legal immigration. You're pro-legal immigration. Right. I'm pro-legal immigration.
Well, and we both are, and I know that. And I went down and talked to these gentlemen because I wanted to know from us, you know, one of the most psychological principles, one of the most fundamental psychological principles is you don't reward bad behavior. And I wanted to go talk to the guys that are heading this up. And I have to tell you, you talk about some impressive troops down there. These guys are fighting a morale battle because they can't get what they need. And I wanted to know what's happening down here. What's really going on? You know, we hear this number, 6 million people have come across under the current administration. I talked to experts down there that say that number is a myth, that it's closer to 13 to 14 million that have come across. And I asked them straight up, what is it you need here? And I was shocked to hear them say, we don't need more money. We don't need more resources. We don't need more officers. We don't need more legislation. We just need the laws that are on the books to be followed. We need to be allowed to do our job, and we can get this under control right now. We don't need a bunch more money, officers, and legislation. Just let us do our job. That's all we need. And if you'll do that, we can get this under control overnight.
You know, Dr. Phil, I've been down there myself over the years, probably 12, 15 times, horseback, all-terrain vehicles, on foot. You know, I've been out. I've been in the drug warehouses, you know, floor to ceiling, you know, drugs that will kill our kids. You know, whatever the number is, 8 million, 10 million when you count gotaways, illegal immigrants. Here's the thing nobody else wants to talk about. With supporting legal immigration, that to me means, well, every person coming to this country needs to be vetted. They can't have radical ties or associations. We need to know that before they come here. We need to know, give them a health check in the middle of a post-pandemic world. We need to make sure they won't be a financial burden on the American people. I think very simple stuff. We have people coming from Iran, Syria, Egypt, Afghanistan, China, and Russia, in tens of thousands combined from those countries. Why do you think they're coming to our southern border? And what are the odds that there are terror cells among that large group of people?
We would be incredibly narcissistic to assume that these people are coming in here just because they're in the neighborhood. They're coming in here with an agenda, Sean. Between 2010 and 2020, it's estimated that 1,100 Chinese came across the southern border. In the first 11 months of 23, it's estimated that 33,000 came across, and many of them military-age men. Now, where did they go once they came across the border? We have no idea. They're not being monitored. They're not being followed. And look, in China, you don't just decide, you know what, I think I'll take a trip. They have to go through certain steps to get out of China. It costs a lot of money to get here. And when they get here, what are they doing? If they're working in farming, if they're working in industry, I'll promise you they are expected to do certain things. Are they spying? Are they sending seeds back from farming to China? Are they getting plans from industries they're working on? Who knows what they're doing? We don't know, and we need to know. And the guards tell me, And I talked to so many of them down there. They said, we're not trying to close the border. What we want to know is who, why, and what. Who's coming in here? Why are they coming? And what is their business? And we have the right to know that, to control who's coming into this country. And as I said, you don't reward bad behavior. You don't subsidize things that you don't want to see more of. But that's what's happening. And there's an interesting thing that really shocked me, Sean. If they run into someone in a brown uniform, that's a Texas Department of Public Safety border guard, they get arrested, they get put in jail, and they get returned. If they run into a green uniform, that is federal, they get money and a court date that's 7 to 10 years down the road, and they get released into the country. So you see these groups coming across, and if they see a brown uniform, they hide. They see a green uniform, they run towards it. And that, to me, is just insane that we have that kind of difference going on down there with guys working side by side.
I really give you a lot of credit. I mean, you've spent the time, you went down there, you talked to the people on the front lines. Mark my words, Dr. Phil, and I pray to God that I'm wrong, that I can one day say I was wrong. Among the 10 million or so illegal, unvetted Joe Biden immigrants, I guarantee you terrorist cells have mixed among that group, and they're not coming here because they want a better life for themselves or their family. And he will then have blood on his hands. That's a national security disaster, a clear and present danger. Dr. Phil, thank you. Great to have you back. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.